Finally, at last, we have specification number 9, which says, explain the role of goblet cells, ciliated cells and mucus in protecting the gas exchange system from pathogens and particles. You can see here the labeled diagram showing mucus, ciliated cells, and goblet cell. All of these are vital for protecting the gas exchange system from pathogens and other harmful particles. So, let's talk about the role of goblet cells, ciliated cells, and mucus in the gas exchange system. Our lungs and airways are constantly exposed to air that can contain dust, microbes, and other harmful particles. To keep the lungs clean and free from infection, the lining of the airways has specialized cells that work together to trap and remove these unwanted materials. The goblet cells produce mucus, which traps harmful particles. Then the ciliated cells move this mucus out of the lungs, keeping the gas exchange system clean, clear, and free from infection. First, let's start with goblet cells, whose main role is mucus production. Goblet cells are located in the lining of the trachea and bronchi. Their main function is to produce mucus, which is a sticky, slimy substance. This mucus traps dust, bacteria, and other microorganisms that enter the airways when we breathe, preventing these harmful particles from reaching the delicate alveoli, where gas exchange takes place. So, the key function of goblet cells is to trap pathogens and dust in mucus, stopping them from entering the lungs. Now, let's talk about mucus, which is the protective barrier. Mucus forms a physical barrier that lines the respiratory tract, stopping pathogens from attaching to the surface cells of the airways. It also contains antibodies and enzymes that can kill bacteria or prevent them from multiplying. In short, its main function is to provide both chemical and physical protection against infection. Next, we'll look at the ciliated cells, which are responsible for the movement of mucus. Ciliated cells have tiny, hair-like structures on their surface called cilia. These cilia beat in a coordinated, wave-like motion, moving the mucus along with any trapped particles upward toward the throat. Once the mucus reaches the throat, it can either be swallowed, where it is destroyed by stomach acid, or coughed out. The main function of ciliated cells is to move trapped dirt and microbes away from the lungs. At last, finally, let's summarize the 3 key protective barriers in the respiratory system using this table. Goblet cells produce mucus, which traps dust, bacteria, and other particles, preventing them from reaching the delicate parts of the lungs. Ciliated cells then sweep the mucus upward, helping to remove the trapped particles from the airways so they don't stay in the lungs. And mucus itself acts as a sticky protective layer, which provides a physical and chemical barrier to stop pathogens from reaching the alveoli where gas exchange occurs. Together, these 3 components work as a coordinated defense system to keep the gas exchange system clean and protected from harmful particles and microbes. That wraps up our discussion on Chapter 9, the human gas exchange. Make sure to check out the notes I've shared in the description and pinned comment, they'll really help you revise. We'll be back soon with past paper practice, so stay tuned.